It was about.
It was in the dead of night.
It was.
We were in Compton.
Well, it wasn't kind of Compton. But it
Kind of
was,
Compton? What?
It was science camp. It was science camp. It was 7th grade. 8th grade?
What? 6th.
No, 7.
6th.
7.
It was 6th
We're
grade.
already fighting about us?
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Okay, look, no. Hold on. I came here when I was in 5th grade, right? And I didn't go to science camp that year. Then I remember the next year is when you arrived at our school, and that's when we went to science camp. So
okay.
it was, and
6th grade.
6th grade is, remember, because then we were in 7th grade, and then that was the Miss Pierre stuff. We'll get into all that. No, it was 6th grade.
Okay,
I
fine.
remember.
If it was 6th grade, we went, it was science camp, pretty basic. If you guys don't know what science camp was, it was a camp where you learned about, not even science, just nature. I don't know why they call it science camp. It was just
nature
really
camp.
fun. It was just fun where we just goofed off all the time. And
it was basically glorified mass camping.
There was no science. We got in trouble if we wasted tater tots, though, and chicken nuggets.
Yeah, so I guess that's scientific.
Yeah, in a way. That was fun. Yeah. And so the actual story, science camp, how old were we? Were we like 12 or something?
I'm always a year younger than you. So how old were you when you were in 6th grade?
I don't know. I'm not quick with math.
Hold on. We can do this. We got the time.
I want to do this.
No, think about it. So we went to science camp December? Yeah. So we had both already.
So I was around 12. I think I was 12.
So that means I was 11.
Around 12. Yeah. 12 and 11. Because he's a year younger than me.
Yeah.
So we were there in science camp. At one point, you get to know everyone. You get to know your counselors. They all have weird names like Bullfrog or.
What was our guy's name?
Muddy Nose or I don't know.
Muddy Nose.
We had 2. There's
Eagle.
usually 2.
Eagle was his name.
Eagle. And it gets to the point after you do all that stuff. You go to your cabin and then you settle down, you pick a bunk, and of course it's boys and girls in different cabins because legal reasons.
Boys are boys, you know.
And it's cool because I think we had enough people in our, what's it called, like a group?
In our cabin group.
Our cabin
I think is
group,
where it was like
where everyone got their own bunk bed.
Yeah.
At least I think, unless you were like really tight, then you could sleep under your friend or on top of your
I don't know why you do that though, because that's kind of weird.
Yeah, everyone knows the top bunk is best. So
yeah,
I was imagine like the doorway, then you go in, and then down.
It's basically it's a big rectangle. Yeah, and then on both sides it's just bunks
lined up all against the perimeter of the wall are bunk beds. Yeah, and I think were there some in the center too, or is it like a bench?
Yeah, so on the sides it was like bunk beds, and then in the middle were cots. So pretty much,
okay.
Yeah. Okay. It wasn't anything. There were no mattresses, just just sort of
so it was cool. Everyone got bunk beds and they put their luggage underneath, and so I remember. I guess I'll kind of.
You want to give your side and then I'll give my side.
Yeah, I remember walking in, and I mean I knew we were already friends.
Like we knew of each other.
Yeah, we were friends, and we had everyone in our group. There were closer people together like Arsh and Raven. They were kind of tight, and so we were all friends with each other, but I think it was science camp that really kind of solidified it a bit more. So I walked in, I set my stuff, my luggage and everything under the top bunk because that's what you do, and then Adrian was right next to mine. He chose the bunk. It was
like, so if you were to have a rectangle, right, looking at it, I'm sorry for the people who
or do it like
perspective,
like walking in. Like
so when you walk in, you just turn and you just see this rectangular room that goes down, and on either side are 2 bunks. Okay. I was on one side of the room closest to the door. Christian was on the opposite side of the room, so we were probably like 7-8 feet apart.
This is your bed. This is my bed.
No, because it was like if you look at it down. Wait, so I was right here, right? So the door's right here. I'm right here. No. Eagle's right here. You're right here.
No, the door's right here. Yeah. You're right here, and I'm right here.
No.
Yeah, oh my God. I remember that one for sure.
Okay, if that's your side of the story.
I definitely remember that. So
there's no way.
You're walking in. I'm gonna simplify this. You walk directly in.
Oversimplified.
On the right, there's the bunks.
Right.
But if you look in the door,
I like we're talking about this as if people can see.
Yeah, I'm setting the scene.
We're trying to paint a picture.
Open the door. Imagine you're opening the door and look straight. Don't turn anywhere else. That's where my bunk was. Yes. And if you look directly to your left against the wall was Adrian's. That's how I remember it.
Okay.
That's how I remember. And so we were both kind of like perpendicular to each other. We were like neighbors in the sense.
Okay.
And then so that was just like it was like that. I think it was on the first night. You want to tell that part?
Yeah. So pretty much. Yeah. So I forget if this was after we went to the mess hall or whatever, wherever we had food.
Yeah.
You know,
it was the first. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the first day. So I'm assuming we had just gotten like kind of acquainted with all the what were their names? Like not the cabin leaders, but like the people who led the cabin leaders and stuff like that.
The troop squad.
Whoever like whoever the nature leaders were, or whatever weird title. After all of that sort of introduction, we all went back to our bunks. And okay, so this just the way I remember it. You walk into the room. I'm dead right to the right of the room. Then it's the cabin leader Eagle and then Christian. So as I remembered, you know how there are cots in the middle? We were across from the cot to each other. That's just how I remember it. But I remember seeing Christian unpacking sort of his things because we were just sort of putting things into their proper place. And Christian had this like Perry the Platypus stuffed animal. And I was like, honestly, I didn't watch Phineas and Ferb. I didn't know where that was from. I just thought it looked cool. And I had also brought in one of my like stuffed animal things named Iggy or whatever. That's before the singer.
It's a reptilian.
It's a reptilian, yes. But
yeah. So we both had stuffed animals.
Yeah. So I thought
that's cool.
I thought that was cool. So I remember walking over to his bunk and asking him about Perry, and he was like, "Oh yeah, no, I just brought it because." And I was like, "Oh cool, I brought mine too." And I think that was like the only interaction we had like that day. You know what I mean?
And then I think it was because of that we hung out more.
Yeah. So I remember that after that, because I think one of the main factors was we were the only kids from Cuesta in that bunk. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone else was. I think everyone else was from like a different school because you know how we went with another one.
Oh, I thought Arsh and Raven.
Arsh and Raven might have been, but they were kind of hanging out with each other. I don't think they were hanging out with us. True. You know?
Okay.
I think because their friends were in another cabin. Anyways, so we were kind of, as far as like friends went, we were pretty isolated. We didn't really know anyone. And even still now, we're a bit of a shy people. So,
introvert.
Yeah, introvert. So, I remember after that interaction, whenever we were walking down, like trails or something like that, generally speaking, him and I would end up, catching up to each other and just like walking side by side, probably talking about something. Again, we weren't like best friends then, but we started hanging out.
That's so weird because that's your stories are so. Because I remember,
dude, I am telling you, I promise you that we walked in the door. I'm to the right. Eagles to the left. No. You're dead ahead.
Okay. Well, look, your story is you walked over to me, and you said, "Oh, that's cool, right?"
Yeah.
That's how you remembered.
Yeah.
I remember in my story where we're perpendicular bunks.
Yeah.
We're both getting ready for bed, and every night the teachers come by to say goodnight. You remember that one?
Yeah, of course. Teachers
come by every night. Miss Bowden Miller was our teacher, and and some other teachers came, Miss Galbraith and Miss Morris and everyone else, they came by to say goodnight to everyone.
Right.
And then right as we're getting ready for bed, Adrian's already in bed, and he's putting his covers, and I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you look over to me and you said, "Yo, that's a cool platypus." I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
That's a cool
platypus.
And
then we go to sleep.
Is that what I said?
That's it. Your story is you walk over to me and say, "Oh, that's cool," and we talk about it.
Okay, so cool is the one thing we agree on. I said it's cool.
But how you said, but in my story, we're already laying down, and all you said to me was, "Yo, that's a cool looking platypus." I'm like, "Thanks, man."
I'm gonna have to ask my psychology teacher about this. Okay, so this is how I remember it. None of you can see this. I know none of you can see this. But I'm going to try and show Christian something real quick. I might put it on a screen if you're watching it on YouTube. So, remember, this is our cabin. That's the door, right?
Yeah, I remember.
I remember my bunk was right here. Eagle's bunk was right here.
Nah.
The cot was in the middle, and then your bunk was right here. Because I remember walking over to you here.
You got that part right. But this is where you slept, and this is where I slept. I don't know who slept here. Some white kid.
They were all white kids. Okay, clearly we can't come to a consensus, but we were in a cabin, people.